Good early morning, everyone, or late morning, everyone. T-Speaker 222 with Swing Traders Anonymous. It's 11:16 a.m. Eastern Standard Time on the East Coast in the United States of America. I wanted to bring you a couple of swing trades. One, it's going to be XTZ Tezos. We talked about it yesterday. Some of us made about 10%. I was up about 10% when I sold it, so I'm pretty happy about that. But I did rebuy back in, guys. When it bounced off of this line again on the 4 hours, I have an uptrending line that I created, and I bought it when it hit, not the first time. Oh yeah, it was about $7.34. It's had a couple times it's come back around. If you look at it in the smaller time frames, you can see it hit it, and now it's riding it. So I bought it when it actually touched down here about a few hours ago, when it touched the 734 line, and now it's hitting it again. And I have nice profit already. I was in from 721 and I sold out at 772. I didn't get the top, but it sold out of my stop loss, which I kind of wish it wouldn't have because I didn't want to sell it. But I was in bed, and just in case it crashed under 7, I didn't want to wake up to like 680 and be like, son of a fucking bitch. So I made a couple $100, like $260, almost $300 after the fees and whatnot. Got back into very small fees because a bunch of people are selling and I'm buying it. So it helps out a lot on Uphold if you're buying when they're selling it. So swing trade number 40, it's going to be a split between Tezos, because Tezos is right on the uptrending support. And as long as it doesn't break this, we're looking good. And I would look at a stop loss at no worse than $7.15, because if it breaks 7.15, we're retracing. This has been a upstanding trend line at 7.15, and it's held all the way since October. Or not October, what am I talking about? Yeah, isn't that October? Yeah. October 2nd it's held since. So October 2nd, October 6th, October 9th, it hit that trend line. So it's hit it 3 separate times and it managed to stay above it. So that's an overwhelming support area. So that's why this is the exact spot to buy if you're going to buy. You can wait for a farther retrace, but I do have an uptrending style of support that's happening. And you can even cut it back, ladies and gentlemen, from back here. I just did it for a smaller scale for you guys. But you absolutely could hit it in the same trend if you came like this and say, okay, that's our new trend line forming. And then it all gets you back to the same area, guys. We're all getting us back to here. So that's what you could do from there, but it gets a little sloppy. So I broke it down into the smaller one so that it's easier to see like this. So then we're just coming out for future play. We're coming to the bottom. And then as you can see, it's still got a tiny small, you know, it can come down a tiny bit, but that's what I'm looking at, ladies and gentlemen. And for me, I got some nice profit. Like I said, I was up about 12% or 11.8% at the top. I think I got about 9 point something at where it sold me out. So I was very happy about that, but now it's round 2 of this. Consolidated, got a few more shares. I think it said that I was able to buy like, I don't even know. It wasn't very many. It's Tezos. It's 7 something a share, but I was able to get like 13 more shares than I had, or 23, something like that. After it retraced, it wasn't but 8% or 7% it retraced. So nothing, because I'm still up, there's nothing that I would have feared. But if I wasn't going to bed, I probably would have just sat it out and rode it. But because I went to bed, I got about 23 extra shares. So I'm not going to argue. So, but that's our Tezos. And I expect Tezos to likely do a double top. I really do. Even if it doesn't get back up. Or at minimum, as you guys know what I'm playing the bounce from here now. We'll just say it's at 736. And we're playing the bounce up to here, which is about 15% now. We're playing a 15% bounce after that initial 11% profit that we got to sell and retrace. So if you played this right, you could be looking at 25% on this similar move between what we got 2 days ago into yesterday and then today, if it goes up. And we've got our stop loss set. I don't have a stop loss per se put in, but I know if it goes below 715, I'm out. And that's about 1.5% from here. So guys, it's a 1.5% risk to make 15%. It's 10 to 1. That to me is a great risk to reward ratio. So to me, it's a buy. And then you have a tight stop loss, and if it goes down to 715, you're out. No harm, no foul, 1.5%. in the grand scheme of things, it's a great one to try to ride, especially if Tezos gets into the discovery again. So then the other thing I want to cover on swing trade number 30 or 40, we're gonna have a split between XTZ, Tezos, and Algo. And the reason I want to talk about Algo is because in this uptrend, Algo, and this uptrend line came off. I apologize, and this is supposed to be out. I don't know how this has happened. All right, let's just redo it. I can't have inaccuracies if I'm going to show you a swing trade. Okay. So this will be easy enough. So you guys will be able to see the exact positioning we are with Algo. And remember, IOTA just made a run. So generally when IOTA makes a run, Algo's not far behind and vice versa. If Algo makes a run, IOTA is not far behind. So in this case, IOTA's led the way. And look, guys, this is all I want to show you with this. We can certainly come across, right? But if we bring it into the smaller time, because that's up and then you got resistance. Actually, you could do it like this as well. But this is going to show you that we don't really have a huge move to be made. But there is a move to be made. So if you break it down like that and the symmetrical, it's kind of uptrending on the support, downtrending resistance. So you ask me, is this a move to be made? Well, we're at the bottom of the symmetrical triangle, which means we could possibly have, this is where your best chance to make a move is the 15% on Algo. So if you're looking for the perfect target, you're right there almost. You're pretty much right there at $1.82. What would this be right here? $1.80. So if you're looking, guys, that's your 15% move on Algo if it decides to come to a head and finish off this pattern like I expect it to. I expect it to pull up and do this. Or get into the apex, and the apex is around $2.05, $2, which from here, again, that's about 10 to 15%. So I think Algo and XTZ Tezos for swing trade number 40 is a fantastic 1-2 combination. If you like the ISO coins, take Algo. If you're looking for something that could possibly get in discovery and take off like Solana did, it's not guaranteed, go for Tezos. A little less risk reward with Tezos because the risk is 1.5% on the stop loss down to 7.15, but the reward is a minimum of $8.50, which is a 10 to 1 ratio, or 15 to 1 I mean. So that's a great ratio. And Algo, your stop loss, if you buy Algo, you should have a stop loss of no lower than, because you can see if it's a fake out. I would say $1.70 should be your stop loss at worst. But mind you, if you go all the way down to $1.70, that could cost you some hard-earned money. And I'm going to show you what I would do. Because for me, Algo, it shouldn't have any kind of major dip from here. And we waited, we were patient, we're at the bottom of the symmetrical triangle again for the umpteenth time. So I would say if you're buying it here at $1.82, you should have a stop loss no lower than $1.77 and minimize this loss if you're going to ride this. So minimize it to 2.6% at $1.79. And then your top end reward, and it's not going to be as lucrative as Tezos, but there is a bounty if you hit this right of 15%. So you're talking a 7.5 to 1 instead of a 15 to 1 for Tezos. Tezos is just easier because of where the trend line is to get out of it easier. So I hope this helps. Stay blessed, everybody. Make sure to hit that like button.